the Beatles' 50th anniversary, what do you remember about meeting them, back in the 60s? I'd say near 50 years ago.
Well, the thing about the Beatles when they came along is that Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys, and we were doing all their records, they felt that the Beatles were going to knock them off of the charts. After I got to meet some of these wonderful Beatles and work with them, we find out that they had a tremendous respect for our Wrecking Crew, which I referred to the guys as the Wrecking Crew. And we were all, I think, great musicians, patting myself on the back. We probably produced at least 60% I personally produced 60% of my drum parts on recordings where they just handed me a sheet of paper with chord charts or something, and I filled in the fills, the drum fills that I wanted to do, and the quiet portions and the repeatings and changing keys and things like that. We kind of produced all that stuff ourselves, and part of that proof of that pudding is that John Denver on several occasions mentioned the fact that on his albums he gave us credits and he said, these people produced these records for me. It was just one of those wonderful things that happened. In my case, I was very fortunate to have had 7 records of the Grammy-winning records of the year, and I don't know how many songs of the year. I couldn't tell you how many commercials of the year, movies, themes, television shows. Right now, that great Three's Company is back on, and that is funny, and there's some great drumming. I have to once again pat myself on the back because they just wanted to hear lots of drums. So I did what I thought they wanted, and that was my job when a producer hired me. So it's a lot of fun when I hear some of the soundtracks, and I can hear the difference between when we first started out, and slowly each year we would do them over again for each new season. And there were 8 or 9 seasons, I guess. Great fun, great memories for me. I have nothing but wonderful memories of my days in Hollywood, and my days and nights in the studios with so many wonderful, wonderful artists. Hardly an artist that I missed out on. It was great. And I want to thank you, Alex, for letting me talk a little bit.
Just with the passing of Paul Revere, I know you played on their albums.
Yeah.
Any memory you'd like to share with us?
Well, I think Paul was a great guy. He was an innovator. He was a very funny man. And comedy is my life. My life has been one big joke. And I love comedy, and it's just one of those things. So we always got along very good. I used to try to use jokes and insert them somewhere if it was getting a little tense in the studio on a particular song. It would break everybody up. We'd come back, do another take, and that was the hit song. So comedy is always been a big part of my persona. And I didn't grow up with funny people or anything. It's just one of those things. Great fun, great memories. And we all hate to see eras come to an end, but they have to come to an end sometimes. We have to have room for the new era or error that's coming along. And lots of people try various errors. Lots of people try various errors or eras, and they don't always work. I wish they would. But that's what keeps the world going around. I mean, it's a planet, and we're traveling 18,000 miles an hour or something like that. It's pretty fast. Otherwise, we'd all be floating around in space.
So what's, I guess, definitely last thing. What's the next occasion we'll see you at?
Well, the thing that I'm working on is now that my gal pal and I